Okay, so, and you guys can get in here however you like to get in here. And if you want to look at that and make sure, or you could look at that, yeah, you could just make sure the camera's actually picking up characteristics. All right, so with any of all these muscles, I'm going to take my mask first. All these muscles have 5 names: stylo, glosso, palato, pharyngeal, salpingo. And when we look for these muscles in here, and we're looking, we tag a ridge of muscle. You can follow it to a landmark. You can either follow it to the tongue for glosso, palate for palato, to salpinx for the auditory tube, or down into the general pharynx. And that's kind of a vague, but you can see that it's going to that tube area behind the tongue or behind the palate. Stylo is not seen, right? So if we find a ridge of muscle and we follow it superiorly and it goes to nothing, it's just going into the depths of whatever, and we're not showing you a landmark, you know it's stylo. All right, so if we come inside here and we're looking at the tongue here, and we're back at the root of the tongue, here's soft palate, hard palate, and we can see a ridge of muscle coming between the tongue and the soft palate. That's going to be palatoglossus, okay, palate to tongue. If we look just adjacent to it, and is this one going to be fully exposed right? Maybe not, but just adjacent to it coming into the tongue. But we can take the fibers and we go past the palate, we go back up beyond it. That's going to be the styloglossus. You don't want to look at the fibers at the tongue because all those fibers come in and all start to blend together. We want to come away from the landmarks so we have the separation. Okay? And so when we're looking at palatoglossus and styloglossus, we should be able to find in the vicinity someplace at least a branch of, if not the main nerve. And I'm not finding a main nerve here, but what would be the nerve that's following these?
Glossopharyngeal.
Glossopharyngeal. Okay, so we can use that type of mindset for any of these muscles. Look at the ridge, look at where it's going to and from. Okay, the only caveat to that would be something like the tensor or levator, because we don't really see it coming from any particular thing. It's just more of relative position and depth, trajectory of fibers. Okay.